All right, you got some news you want to roll into?
I definitely got some news. You want to jump right into it, or should we take? All right, no break today.
Go right into it.
Man, look, I know they pulled this up. Trump slams a sermon asking him to show mercy towards LGBTQ people and immigrants.
That's on them. Like, you could see that dyke coming a mile away. Why is she
how did they
presiding over this?
I don't know exactly why they did this. The National Prayer Service was one of several events presidents attend around being sworn in. So maybe it's outside of them. I don't know. I thought that it was his party. He would curate the entire party, but
Dawson has the clip.
I sent it to Byron. He's not here right now.
Oh, where's Byron at?
I don't know.
We lost our man. Man down.
Oh, okay. Well, where is Byron? Is he somewhere? Oh, okay. All right. Well, keep going, and when Byron comes back,
I can see him. Well, I'll just following a traditional inaugural prayer service at Washington National Cathedral on Tuesday, and during which an Episcopal bishop called on President Donald Trump to show mercy towards the people, LGBTQ people, and immigrants.
Oh, now,
here we go.
Now we have it.
In the name of our God, I ask you to have mercy upon the people in our country who are scared now.
They're scared.
There are gay, lesbian, and transgender children in Democratic, Republican, and independent families. Some who fear for their lives.
All right, stop it. Well, that's on them. It's 2025. Get the fuck over it. No one gives a fuck about you. Stop with the narcissistic fear. And by the way, what exactly are they talking about? You know, like you're a lesbian and you're 19, or you're a lesbian and you're 14. Like, I don't know. Really? 2025.
They think they're going to round them up in camps? I don't understand.
I don't know what Trump having. Okay. We just had Biden for 4 years talking about what he's going to do for black people, but he didn't do anything. But are they still scared, or are they something going to get done, or what's going to go on with the LGBT and the trans community, and then what's Trump doing? And just shut the fuck up and get the fuck on. This, by the way, it's all this talk is why we don't have fire prevention. Just talk about, the sitting down and a seat at the table. And it's all the extra talk I've been fucking talking about for a million years. Nothing ever happens. Nothing ever changes. There is no plan. Donald Trump doesn't give a fuck if you want to dyke out with your girlfriend or les off. Go ahead and do what you want. He doesn't give a fuck. That's it. Okay, but everyone has to grandstand. It's all narcissism is what it is. Now, I have no idea how this chick wasn't vetted, but here we go, everyone. And now all the heroes who oppose Trump are going to step up. It's going to be awesome. All right, what else you got, Mayhem?
Yeah. Let me just get this Trump out of the way. The Trump administration shuts down the White House Spanish language page and social media. The funny part about this is that it gives a 404 message, but it included a go home button.
They're leaning into
go
it.
Home. Kind of rude, but in a page feature, if you click that, it was a page featuring a montage of Trump in his first term and on the campaign trail. But the button was later updated to read "Go to home page."
Oh, I see.
I see. I think there was a little troll right there. But they took down the social media that's in Spanish. The at La Casa Blanca, the government page on reproductive freedom were also disbanded. So they're basically, completely taking the Spanish language off anything White House related.
Well, here's the thing. I've been in the Spanish language thing is a perfect example of these do-gooders who fuck everyone up. When I was here, when there was a big debate about English as a second language and we need Spanish-speaking teachers and these people need to be taught in the language that they know, my thing is get the 8-year-olds, hit them hard with English so they speak good English by the time they graduate so they can get a fucking job. Your world, in your kind world, you speak to them in Spanish, they speak to you in Spanish, and they never learn proper English and thus have jobs where they're gardeners and day laborers because they can't be lawyers and doctors because they haven't mastered the language. So who really cares about the kids more?
Yeah.
The nice person who's teaching them in their own language, or the asshole white guy who's me, who wants them to learn English so that they don't have to be your fucking gardener when they graduate. They could be your lawyer.
Seems like it would be a healthier nation to have everybody on the same page linguistically.
It would be nice. Yeah, but they don't do that because they have to kowtow to those people because they want their votes. But once they start losing that vote, which they're losing, I wonder if they're going to start turning on them. They already kind of have. It is kind of funny. It's funny when the ethnics, like when people get mad at a black guy that voted for Trump and stuff, like, come on, dude. You're black. What are you fucking doing? And what's going on with the Hispanic people? What are you doing? It's like, I don't know, voting for someone other than your shitty candidate. How about that?
Well, speaking of, Tracy Morgan says he felt culturally isolated at SNL for his first 3 years. He calls it the whitest show in America. Yeah, he mentioned that... I wanted to show them my world, how funny it was, speaking of like black culture. But the first 3 years, I felt like I was being culturally isolated sometimes. I'm coming from a world of blacks. I'm an inner city kid. To be on the whitest show in America, I felt by myself. I felt like they weren't getting it.
I mean, look, there's reference points. You know what I mean? Like, I'm old. And if I ever try to make music reference points with people, nobody knows the fuck I'm talking about, ever. So, and, I reference some sitcom that nobody's talked about, And I get there's cultures and there's reference points, And in a way, it's like trying to do comedy in Europe or in a different place, where you can't go out. I couldn't... I guess I could go to England and do some Gavin Newsom is a retard jokes, but it's not going to land like it would land in Orange County.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, there is that. But maybe it's a black thing, but it's more of a kind of what you ate. Like, I don't know anything about really like Cubans, and Cubans from Miami are talking about the sandwiches and plantains and stuff like that. And I'm like, I get it, but it's not, it wouldn't be good. I'm not a good audience for Cuban comedy.
Yeah. If you think about it, he was on during a certain time from 96 to 2003. So it's a different time in American history, a different time in the culture of Saturday Night Live. You know what I mean? Now Keenan's been on for the past 20 years, and there's a more like inclusive sort of cast. But back then, it was very, very white.
Eddie Murphy predated Tracy,
for sure,
and was a star and seemed to get along okay. But anyway, I like Tracy, but I don't know. I'm all for just giving. I would like a moratorium on race talk.
Yeah, let's just not talk about it for the next 4 years. See how it works.
Unless you have a apex predator theory like mine.
Yeah.
Then that's fine. That's acceptable.
All right. Look, some more celebrity news. Jenny McCarthy and Donnie Wahlberg revealed that they sneak off to have sex in public. Yeah. I don't know. For me, this is like a little sketchy. You can get a sex crime for that. Like, it could be on a registry forever, even if you are Jenny McCarthy.
Oh, really?
And Donnie Wahlberg. I mean, I don't know.
He loves her so much.
Yeah, I get it.
I get part of it. I get the first 6 months. I don't get year 17. Like he is so goddamn into her.
Yeah, he loves the old lady. I think it's pretty beautiful.
It's good, except for in comparison, you look bad. You know what I'm saying?
What do you mean in comparison?
Jeez, you ever get in those? You're in relationships and you turn on Entertainment Tonight, And what did Donnie Wahlberg do for Jenny McCarthy for Valentine's Day? And she's like, I rented out a barge. I put 200 million long stem roses on the barge. Your woman's sitting next to you.
Yeah.
She's staring. You got her fucking window tint. You got her window tint on her Vega for Valentine's Day. I rented a barge. I put 200 million long stem roses on it. Then I got the Beach Boys to reunite, to come on the boat, to serenade. And your fucking woman just looks at you and she goes, you would never, ever do that for me. You would never do that for me. You would never. Then I bought her a Prada purse that holds 4 people. It's so big. It's one off. And we flew on the Concorde to Paris, and they just, you see your woman's getting pissed because she does the you would never do that thing for me. So that's why I don't like these jack-offs, because they're always doing this thing, and it's on TV, and it's agitating the other women. You see where I'm at?
Took me to AM/PM for our anniversary.
He got me a hot dog that had chili in it. All right, Mayhem.